Welcome back. It is Friday, November 22nd in the NBA. My 5 best bets are on the way. What's going on, everyone? My name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Today, we're joined by a special guest. Get it out. The broom is here. A 2-0 sweep. Now, normally I don't bring out the broom for a 2-0 day, but technically we went 3-0 if you include our NFL play for Najee Harris's under and rush attempts. So we'll take it. Franz Wagner. Hey, we'll take it. We took his under yesterday or 2 days ago. Took the over yesterday. He dropped 37 points easy. And then we cashed day one of our ladder challenge. We took 4 guys. Let's put the ball in the basket. And I'm pretty sure every single guy went over the regular line. So, hey, pretty easy ladder challenge. We'll have another one later on today. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, my name's Austin. We got a couple player props, the same game parlay, and a spread pick for you guys loaded up for this Friday slate of NBA Cup, NBA in-season tournament action. Now, we're going to dive into the picks in just one moment. Do me a favor, subscribe if you're new. Hold on. Today, we're going to be posting another video, college football best bets. I think I'm on like an 18-5 run in college football. So I encourage you to tap into that. Video should be live around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. But you guys came in for some NBA picks. Let's dive into the first one. I do not have any bigger than 1 unit plays today. Just nothing I loved. Although I would argue this would be my favorite play. If I had to have one, it's like, Austin, your favorite play of the day. Which one is it? Problem is this guy's a little sketch. Tyrese Haliburton. I like his over 25.5 points plus assists, which is minus 110 on DraftKings. Now, before you go down below in the comments and say, Austin, Tyrese Haliburton sucks. I'm not putting my own money on him. Look, I've already gotten that comment 6 times already by the time I've already said this. I understand. You don't have to bet on it. Move on to the next pick. But when I see a matchup that I love and I see a player that I think is due some regression, I'm going to take a shot here. If Tyrese doesn't come through tonight, you probably won't see me back him for a hot minute. Now, I haven't honestly backed Tyrese Haliburton. I don't even think once this season. So I like this spot in buying the dip here. Now, obviously, Haliburton's been terrible, especially on the road where he's shooting just 30%. It's been okay at home, averaging 20 and 8. I like the points and I like the assists here. 25.5. I got to take it. Now, Haliburton so far this season, he's averaging 15.3 points per game and 8.5 assists per game. So that's not going to cut it at 23.8. You look at him, he's only over in 6 of 15 games, a little under 50%. In 7 of the 9 games he didn't go under, he shot below 35%. And I'm pretty sure, I'm looking at his game logs over here. I mean, he's had some bad games. We've seen 27, 25, 21, 18, 14. He had a game where he shot 0% from the field. I mean, at the end of the day, he is an NBA player. He's getting paid like one of the best players in the NBA. Eventually, those shots are going to start falling for him, and this is as good of a matchup as you will get against the Milwaukee Bucks. And you throw on a narrative piece. Number one, these two teams don't like each other. Number two, Tyrese grew up in Wisconsin, about 90 minutes north of Milwaukee. So good chance he has a lot of friends and family in the crowd. You better not put on an absolute show up and not do anything. At least I hope so. And Haliburton's last 5 games, again, the great matchup versus Milwaukee. He's had 43, 37, 29, 42, and 39 points plus assists. Sure, you could argue a lot of those games didn't include Siakam. I understand that. But again, they're down a couple guys in the rotation as well. And he's not even come close to a lot of the lines. He's absolutely destroyed this. You think about how the Bucks play defense, not very good against guards. Why? Because you got Brook Lopez, who's in drop coverage. Drop coverage is just, you could get torched. And that's where you see the Bucks rank 24th defensively on those above the break 3-pointers, which is where Tyrese scores 48% of his points per game. Again, I'm pretty confident a lot of the shots Tyrese takes tonight going to be wide open, given how Brook Lopez will defend him. Not obviously, he's not going one-on-one on Brook, but again, they're going to defend him just like that. Drop coverage. He just has to make the shots. If he doesn't make them, whatever. I'll move on from Haliburton. It's only a 1-unit play. He's my favorite one of the day, though. I think has a pretty good game tonight. He's been terrible the last few games. Eventually, he's going to come back and bounce back in Wisconsin and Milwaukee against a team that he has had great success against, and against a team that, to be honest, these two teams don't like each other. So I like Tyrese. Lock the hell in. He's a COS Hall of Famer. He's coming through tonight. Over 25.5 points plus assists. My first play of the day. My second play will be an under. I don't know what of our last couple unders. We had Franz Wagner's under. Didn't we have Ochai Abaji's under? So, hey, maybe we're on a little bit of an under streak. Maybe there's one in there that I'm missing that was an absolute cake fest. This one, I like. It's Alprun Sengun. I like his under 20.5 points, minus 125 on DraftKings. Truth be told, I also like his over in assists, which obviously goes hand in hand. We would like him to be passing the ball instead of trying to score. I like this at 19.5. I think he goes under this line and ends with like 13 to 17 points. If I were the one pricing this line, I'd probably put it closer to 17.5, maybe 18.5 juiced on the under. So 20.5, I'll take a stab at 19.5 like too. Sengun averaging 18.4 points per game. He's under this line in 11 of 16 games, so pretty good hit rate there. One of his misses, not necessarily miss, was 20 on the dot. So technically he's still went under in that 11 of 16. I want to put that 20 on the dot because there's going to be a good chance this is 19.5 by the time you're watching this. So he has ended on that in between middle ground. I don't think he does that tonight. You look at the teams he's gone over against: the Hornets, the Knicks, the Pistons, Wizards, and Pacers. I mean, you just cooked the Pacers, a team that doesn't defend guys in the paint. Wizards, same thing. Pistons, Jalen Duren doesn't play defense. Hornets and Knicks, what are you going to get from me there? So all those teams really struggle to defend centers. That's not the case here against the Portland Trailblazers. Sengun scores 82% of his points per game in the paint. So we're talking restricted area or outside the restricted area in the paint. At Blazers, top 10 unit defensively there. They're pretty good at the rim protection, and they're second defensively against the pick and roll. So this has been a team that has been really stingy on opposing centers. They just don't give up a lot of points in the paint. Outside, sure, spam three-pointers. They will give up as many as you want. But inside, they just don't give up a lot of action there. I mean, DeAndre Ayton is doubtful here, and I don't necessarily think his absence is a bad thing because you're going to see Donovan Clingan, the rookie, who's averaging like 3.5 blocks the last 4 games. And then behind him, the Time Lord, Robert Williams. So two guys that, I mean, Clingan's been showing some great, I can't think of the right word, great reaction speed on defense. He's been really good. I mean, you can't knock him at all. Last game, we saw a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein have a pretty good game against the Blazers, but a lot of that was due to them trapping SGA on a bunch of screens because SGA always torches them. I don't see that being the case here where there's anyone on the Rockets. You're like, dude, come on, go out there and trap him. I don't think so. I think you're going to play some drop coverage. Clingan and Robert Williams will be down there in the paint protecting it. And ultimately, I think this is a tough matchup. The Blazers, 6th fewest points per game allowed to centers this season. So I just don't like the matchup here for Sengun. He could go over if he shoots really efficiently, but I don't like it. And there's just a lot of mouths to feed on this Rockets offense. Obviously, Sengun, but Jalen Green, Van Vliet, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr., Amen Thompson, Terry Eason, a lot of guys out there that are going to get their own shots. So I like the under here for Mr. Alperen Sengun. Love him as a player. I like his assist tonight. I don't like him to score the basketball. Those are my 2 favorite props of the day. I'll dive into a same game parlay in just one moment, but of course I'm going to throw it to Logan for his favorite spread pick of the day. It's back in the home team. Logan, who you rolling with?
So for my best bet of the day, I'm taking the Nuggets -2.5, -110 odds on Caesars is currently your best value. Now I've seen it a little bit higher on other books. Still like it there. I think the Nuggets do win this game by at least a possession, if not more. They already beat the Mavs 122 to 120 on the 10th. So they are seeing the same team in sort of a short time span. The obvious news for this game is how Luka will miss extended time. He almost had a triple-double in the first matchup, so it's not like his loss is not going to matter to this Mavs team. Again, betting philosophies, sometimes you just got to pay to find out. And I'll pay to find out how the Nuggets perform against a Luka-less Mavs team, right? Jokic is a game time decision. I'd love to have him in the lineup because, you know, a guy like that, an MVP type player, obviously does impact the game. Do I think it's a catastrophic, 5 alarms if he's not in the lineup? No, because the Nuggets have played without him. Last season, the Mavs, though, going back to Luka's injury, were just 4-8 without Luka. It will take adjustments for them to really gel as a unit without Luka. It's going to take time. And I have my questions about Dallas really being able to keep up with Denver's offense, especially in Denver. Denver, 8th in points per game, 6th in 3-point field goal percentage. Denver also 2nd in assists per game compared to Dallas at just 20th, who's now missing Luka. That number probably doesn't get a whole lot better because Luka is a great distributor, great at getting his teammates involved. Again, that loss will not go unnoticed. Not having the offense flow through Luka and facing an offense that performs really well at Mile High, I just think it's a really bad matchup for the Mavs. And I think this spread is short because there hasn't been a whole lot of distance between these two teams. We've seen the Nuggets slump. We've also seen them perform well, and same thing can go with the Mavs. MPJ hit a game winner in their first matchup. I think MPJ is obviously a key. A guy like him to be able to really stretch the floor, hit those corner threes and whatnot. I like the Nuggets a lot in this game. I do think they win by a few possessions and take care of business against the Mavs. Austin, throwing it back to you though.
We'll see how that one goes. Hopefully the Joker suits up tonight. He's missed, 3 straight games due to personal reasons. Now back at home where I imagine his new kid was born. just you don't even have to show up for warm-up. Just show up in the lineup at tip-off. But let's dive into same game parlay. And this one is a pretty easy pivot. 2 legs. Giannis, 30 plus points. Miles Turner, 10 plus points at minus 115 on FanDuel, a 2-leg SGP. Now, very similar to how we played Giannis earlier this week. We took him for 30 plus and Damian Lillard for 4 plus assists. Cashed pretty easily. Giannis at 41. The easy pivot here is taking Giannis for points, which is what I think his line's up to 32.5, though. I don't really want to take a 32.5 point line. I'll take Giannis for 30 plus. I think if he hits 30 plus, probably gets to 33. But I'll buy him down with and throw in Miles Turner as an addition because I think Miles Turner gets you 10 points. And I'll start with him first. Miles Turner, 10 points in 12 of 13 this season. 71 of 77 last year, and a 9 straight versus Milwaukee. The Bucks 23rd defensively versus the pick and roll man. I've already talked about the drop coverage from Brook Lopez. Sure, he co-play drop. But when you play drop coverage, you can either have Miles Turner roll into the hoop, Haliburton roll into the hoop, coming to the hoop at the same time, easy dish, easy land, or you can see a pick and pop where Miles Turner just pops to the 3-point line and gets a wide open 3. Obviously, if he wants to knock down that would be nice because that's probably a Haliburton assist. But again, I like this matchup for Miles Turner. He'll be needed for size too against Giannis, Brook Lopez, and Bobby Portis. Hopefully this comes down to just Giannis to score 30, which obviously is a tough feat. But Giannis has destroyed the Pacers. His last 6 against them, 38, 54. 37, 64, 30, and 26 points. Now, the last 2 games, a little bit of a lower scoring game because he scored 64, went to go get the game ball from them, and it was an absolute fiasco. Again, the 26, the one game he went under, only 13 shots for him. I don't really think they're going to limit him to just 13 shots, not at home. The main defender they had for him was Aaron Nesmith. He's not out. He's not in tonight. He is out. So it's going to be tough to defend Giannis. I don't necessarily know if they sell out to try to stop him. Those 30 and 26 points came really close right after the 64 piece. So I see this being a spot where they're like, you know what? We're going to play our normal defense. Giannis, if you want to cook us, fine, we'll live with it. And he has cooked them before. And we look at how he does it. Well, Pacers 27th defensively in the restricted area where he scores 72% of his points. So again, there's some added animosity here. The Greek Freak has been a stud so far this season, especially at home. Sure, I wish I could take him at like 26 to 28 points, but the Bucks ain't stupid. They're going to put his line at 32.5. I still think he can get close to that. But again, I'd rather the 30 plus points here and pay a little Miles Turner 10 plus points, a thing that I think is a free square tonight. So that's my SGP 30 from Giannis, 10 from Miles Turner, minus 115 on FanDuel. I think that is a winner. And then my final play of the day, no surprise, should be day 2 of the ladder challenge. Now, if you haven't been tracking the ladder, I always recommend playing these for 1 unit. That's kind of bit us in the butt so far in the NBA, but in the NFL, they're pretty profitable so far, up 5 or 6 units, I think. And we're going to play it for 1 unit. I really feel comfortable in the NBA right now. Sure, we've lost 3 straight prior to yesterday. Besides Mo, I feel like the reads have been pretty good. In the NBA in-season cup tournament games, you should get guys playing a good amount of minutes, given that point differential matters. And so we'll ride one. We'll have it posted. Now, I won't be posted right now. I'll probably post it later this afternoon. I like to wait for those alternate lines to come out. When the alt lines are out, I'll be firing an SGP out for you guys. So definitely stay tuned. It'll be linked down below in the pinned comment, and it'll be linked at the end of the video once it is live. But like I said, do not expect it until later on this afternoon. I'll say 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time. Wait for those alt lines to drop, and then we get in the lab. We cook up a winner just like we did yesterday. So stay tuned for that. Those are 5 plays. I will not have any added plays today. A lot of games that I just did not love. So maybe I'll touch them for some ladder challenge stuff, but not really getting involved anywhere else. Those are my favorite picks. Have a great day. If you're in the DubClub and you haven't joined and you want to get early access to everything, you get the ladder early. But more importantly, you get all the picks early so you can get them right when I post and place my own bet. Of course, you can sign up using the link in the description. I believe I'll put a 2-week free trial. So if you're this far into the video, I don't know, you're probably around like the 13, 14 minute mark. Down below, top link will be a 2-week free trial to get into the DubClub. So that'll carry you the next 2 weeks in the NBA. Hopefully carries you to a day 10 cash of the ladder. And you get 2 weeks free trial and you get all the NFL plays early, which I'll be posting all the NFL plays, most of them today. So definitely tap into that 2-week free trial right down below at the top of the pinned comment. Appreciate you guys for tuning in all the way to the end. Let's bring out this bad boy once again tomorrow. And I'll see you guys later on today for our college football video, which should be live on that 12, 1, something like that. And of course, I will see you guys tomorrow for some more NBA action and in the ladder challenge later on today. Have a great Friday. Good luck on all your wagers. Let's have a day. See you in the next one. Peace.